Episode 5, Rebuilding Steve, or what we like to call Episode 2 at the House of Healing. Let's do this. Are you ready?
Of course.
Let's go, my man. So what we're going to start with today, because we actually haven't done the full body range of motion and balance assessment in quite some time. So we're going to go back through all that range of motion to begin with, just to get our status update with how we're doing. Then Ashley will plug us in with info about how things went since last week, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna have you do is you're gonna face towards me, feet together, and I want you to just start out with going chin to chest, down as far as you can go. If you get pain with any of these, you gotta let me know. Nice, come back up. And now I want you to do the opposite. I want you to go chin to the ceiling for me, high as you feel like you can go. Nice, come back forward. I want you to turn your head to the left for me as far as you feel like you can go. Good work. And then now I'm gonna have you spin towards me. Same thing. I want you to turn your head to the right for me as far as you can go. Nice. Man, those are getting a lot further. How much discomfort with those?
Not much. A little bit looking down on the back between the shoulder blades.
Yep. Let's have you face this way, towards the wall. Yep. And now we're gonna do shoulder ranges. Remember, these are where we could barely get our arms straight up. Let's see what your range looks like today. You're just gonna bring that over your back as if you were scratching it if you could. Good job. Come on down. And the other side. Ashley, I mean, it's so nice that he can just get there now, like easily
Absolutely.
get overhead. And underneath.
I guess this means you can wash your own hair now, Steve.
And come on down. See, that's what's really great about functional improvements is self-efficacy goes up. You can do more, and then Ashley gets more time off. It's great. It's a win-win. We're all excited. I'm gonna have you face that way now again for me. And now we're gonna go feet together, and I want you to just go down for a toe touch for me. So I'll spot you here. Just go down until any discomfort or tightness that holds you up. Nice, man. Nice. Come on up. How'd that go?
Well, it's a little unpleasant in the backs of the legs, but
Yeah. But what's amazing about that is just by doing the exercise and stuff that you've been doing, we haven't been working a ton on getting that mobility back yet, right. But your mobility and control there is actually really good for someone who hasn't done that in quite some time. When's the last time you purposely tried to touch your toes?
Yeah. 27 years ago?
Yeah.
You said the 90s.
Yeah, I love it. So now I want you to go hands on your hips, and I want you to just bend backwards for me the best you can. Nice. Attaboy. And come on forward. Good work. And now I want you to turn towards me. You're going to keep feet together. But now I want to practice your twisting. I want to see how far you can twist to the right. So you'll just look back over your shoulder and turn back as far as you can. Turn, 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 turn. Nice, man. And let's go the other way. Turn as far as you can. Well done. Well done. See? That's how we're going to open this episode. That's how we're starting it. That's it, bro. That's it. Let's now go facing me here. We're going to now go down in a squat pattern, okay? Remember, we've just been working on our squatting, but the key thing is this one's going to be a little bit more challenging, okay? I just want to see how you do. Feet together, and you're going to go down. At some point, the quads are going to say no. They're not going to want to go any lower, and so I'm here to spot you as needed. You go hands straight out in front. My hands are here, but I'm not going to use them unless you need them. Does that make sense? And you keep feet flat and just squat as low as you can. Nice, man. Attaboy. Attaboy. So that looked really good. High effort, but well controlled. So now it's what's truly the hard one. We're going to balance. Okay? So what I want you to do, you're going to turn towards me here. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to get one foot in front of the other. Yeah, this will be a good time. And so now I'm here, balance-wise. So not the easiest thing.
no,
Okay, so now let's change feet. Is the other foot going to be any easier?
I doubt it.
So let's see. I got you. Good. And take a break. Okay, so to just give a recap through that, seeing those ranges improve dramatically over the last 5 weeks. All of those are getting better, better, and better. Balance is the first time we've actually tested balance, which is really good. So seeing that you can get in that position, even though it's challenging. I did have you right after we got off the episode last time. I wanted you to start practicing that in the doorway a little bit, see how that feels and start getting used to that. We're going to be working on a lot of things around it to get there, but balance is crucial to come back because as we start talking about getting back to life, doing all the things we want, off-putting foot positions, balance, fall recovery, all these things become very real. And so our key is keep building the strength, keep building the capacity endurance, but also making sure we're getting back to all those balancing tasks that we need to do. And so that's where we're going from here, and it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Ashley, while we get started on our next one, basically what we're going to do is I'm going to have him start on just some arm movements to get them going. We'll probably do some rows like we did last time, just get those arms warmed up. Because we have a big day today. We're going to do our first day of focusing on building that quad strength. So that position when you were squatting, we got to start bringing that back more, which is going to be really exciting. And then we've got even more things to be getting through as far as we're going to be doing even more pushing because your range is improving. We got to keep putting strength in the maximum amount of your range. And we've got to be working the shoulders even further. So all of that's going to be really important. To get started here, so Ashley can give us an update on things, is here's what I want you to do. You're just going to first start with one band, okay? You're going to hold it on both sides and you'll stay basically where you're at that angle. And I just want you to pull it downward. But here's the thing. I need you to be standing in a position where you feel like it wants to pull you forward. Like you want to go forward, but not so far that you're actually going to fall, okay? And I don't want any shoulder pain with it, but I do want you getting some pulling, but it's also some balance training because you'll be able to feel that it's wanting to shift you off balance. Does that make sense? So here you go, sir. Let's go there. Nice. How's that feel? What's your initial reaction on that?
It's not too bad.
Would you say too easy?
Probably a little bit.
Would you say you could do double?
Maybe.
Okay, so then try this. Go one hand and one hand and just grip them like you're just holding something. There you go, nice. And you're gonna do the exact same thing. Pull down, nice.
Keep my elbows straight.
The best you can. You wanna keep the elbows straight. You wanna tuck that straight down to your sides. Nice, man. Oh, this is a good time. So I want you to do this until you feel like you could do maybe 5 more and then take a break. Okay. Does that make sense? Sure. So you're just gonna get it warmed up. Ashley, give us an update. Any fun, new, exciting things since last time?
Well, it was really exciting when we rode all the way home from Nashville, all the way back to Gallatin with no oxygen on by accident. Totally my fault. The hospital called and I forgot to turn on his tank. And then we got home and I was like, I don't hear your oxygen running. We were in the garage and I checked his pulse ox. His oxygen was 93 somehow, but he went 35 minutes with no oxygen.
That's awesome. That's money. Baby, that's the type of advancement we're waiting for because as they keep coming, what have we noticed the last 3 weeks? Every single time, it's a different Steve, right?
That's right.
Every piece he's been able to do so much more. That only adds to it. What a just unbelievable jump. And as we see these, that's when they just start flying.
Love it.
It's
so
awesome.
That was pretty exciting. At wound care this past week with Lucas, his overall total volume on his bed sore, on his bottom is 86% smaller in 4 weeks' time.
Nice.
So that's healing really well.
They're doing a great job.
They're doing such a good job. They're awesome over there. Still continuing on with pulmonary rehab, walking the neighborhood every day that we can when it's warm and not rainy. He has trouble walking outside when it's cold, trouble breathing. Gained 20 pounds. Anxiety is gone. I mean, just he's doing so much better.
It's awesome, bro. Well, these are way too easy, just so you know. I mean,
I've been working him pretty hard, cracking the whip.
I figured I was going to have to cut you off and be like, hey, pause. And no, he's still got like 50 more in him. So obviously too easily prescribed. But this is our first time going after a lot of that big back muscle type pulling. And man, you can do that all day long. Brother, that looks great. How long does it take, you think it's going to take to recover from that? You pretty much ready to go? Sure. All right, let's do it. So now we're going to go right back to our rows from last time. And so remember, these are not the squats, the more ones where we're just pulling ourselves on up. Are you ready? All right, let's see how this goes. Same thing as last time. I want it to feel like there's some effort there, but I want you to feel like you're pulling those elbows down and back. Nice. Oh, nice.
Don't forget to breathe. You're not breathing.
I am breathing. If I wasn't breathing, I'd fall over.
I'm kind of waiting for it because you're not breathing.
Nice. Pull. Attaboy. How these feel?
Not too bad.
Even easier than last week, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's just pulling right on through this. It's amazing. It's awesome, brother. Give me a couple more. One more, and then I want you to try one more squat like we did last time. Remember?
Okay. Yeah.
So feet wide, low, knees are going to get achy, but I want you to take it on down. Nice. Push straight through the ground on that. Push, 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 push. Nice. No spot needed at all. Knees were even more controlled. How'd that feel compared to last time? Similar?
A little easier.
Yeah, I mean, it looked awesome. Get one more then. So you have to recover a little harder. We got to push it a little bit. There you go. There you go. All legs. All legs. Brother, I didn't spot you at all. It's amazing. Walk that on up. Nice. Hang here. I'm going to steal these from you. And then before we go to the next thing, Ashley, what's on the docket this week?
More pulmonary rehab.
Yeah.
Really, we have no new doctor's appointments. Trying to get him in to see an ENT because I do think the eye sensitivity and watering has a lot to do with what's going on with his sinuses. So,
Although I will say the last couple of days, it's a little bit better.
yeah,
Really?
his eye's been better.
Nice,
so we're
bro.
just going to continue doing what we're doing, eating well, working hard. Yeah, enjoying life.
I love it. I love it. Well, now we're going to do a little bit of wall pushing, okay? So basically, same thing that you've been doing with the dumbbells at home. We're just going to do the same thing on the wall now. And so remember, if you start up too high, like this is, if there's nothing here, but you still need to get back a little bit. And so I don't need you to hit your head on the wall, but I just want you to work in this mid-range some. So I just want you to work on some pushing. Don't worry about the hands being too vertical. Just let them be comfortably up at that angle. Just feel that position. And remember, I want you to use how much effort in your feet to pick the effort in the arms. Does that make sense? So for me, I can still make this ridiculously hard if I push hard with my lower body, even just on a wall push-up. Does that make sense? So I want you to kind of regulate the effort there, but I want it to feel maybe a little harder than when you do the dumbbells at home. Nice.
You got to get back to doing Jack LaLanne's.
It's amazing. Keep coming.
I definitely have a little while before that's going to happen. But
Wow.
That guy was such a star, if we're real about it. You know, he was one of the early sports rehab chiros. And,
really?
and that was not a popular thing known because for the fitness piece, he just attacked that so hard. That's what actually got a lot of the popularity, though. But that guy had some energy for the time. I mean, that was
For
wild.
sure.
Nice, man. Take a break. Easy. Now recover. That's great. So what we're going to next is we are going to our leg extensions. So Ashley and I are going to pull that on over. You're going to just hang out, recover for a sec, and let's get in the quad extensions. Didn't even ask him to hop on, and he's just mounting up ready to go.
He's ready to go.
Okay, well,
Except for he's
Steve,
tangled.
today we're going to do quad extensions. As you can see, you're already here. I'm going to go ahead and throw this 25-pounder on there, though, so you have a little bit of resistance for warm-up. But here's the big things that I need you to focus on here. Remember, so many of the things we've been doing, walking the stairs, just walking in general, squatting, bending to get back to life, all of these things require a lot of quadricep strength. One of the things we talked about a little bit last time, but we didn't go into a lot of detail on it, was the kneecap pain. Right? Ashley was bringing that up, that you get a lot of knee discomfort as you do more stairs, etc. And so sometimes we're working on just pure strength, right? So you got to think of it as, I'm trying to make the engine bigger. I'm trying to make the engine stronger. Sometimes we're working on the size of the gas tank, right? I need you to be able to do it longer. I need more fuel out of it. And so the key thing about the kneecap is if we don't have enough of that horsepower coming from the muscle, it's really hard for the kneecap to share that force very well. So what's counterintuitive, because a lot of people get this type of knee pain, we probably see, I don't know, 15 or 20 new people a month for this type of knee pain. One of the key things about it to understand is that people will think, oh, I feel discomfort in X or Y position, I have bad knees. And they'll say like, oh, I have old knees, I have this and that. But what they don't realize is they've lost the control of that thigh. The best analogy I can always give them for it is it's just like a magician walking across a bed of nails. When you see that as a kid, you're like, oh my gosh, how's he doing that? How's he not bleeding, etc. But if you've ever actually seen one of those up close, the nails are so right next to each other, it shares the load really beautifully. Like what would be more impressive is if they walked across two nails. Like that would be impressive. Like that would be incredible. But obviously that's not going to happen. That's not going to work. So the kneecap is very, very similar. If we bring full recruitment, get the full thigh doing its job, we will load that evenly, just like the bed of nails. We won't even feel much of anything at all. But if we can't bring all that good control, we don't have that balance that we want, what happens is we start to load it a little uneven and it becomes more like a 2-nail scenario, and all of a sudden it feels really crummy. And so that's one of the main reasons we want to start focusing and dialing in on the quad specifically. As much as we want to do all our functional exercises that are more lifelike, we also can't deny we've got to train each of the tissues. Sure. Because, Steve, if I ask you, which muscles would you like to be weakest in? That's a brutal question. Everybody's going to say none of them, right? Like, I don't want to be weak in any of them. Of course. So guess what we're going to train? All of them. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, Steve. No, you can't change your answer. You can't change your answer. I led you down that path to discover what you really want. See?
Steve's humor is back in full force.
Yeah.
Like full force.
It's awesome. So here's what I want. I want you to take the ankles and I want you to feel like you're bending your ankles up to touch your face. You're going to take the handles, which you've already grabbed. Great job. I want you to feel like you're pulling yourself down into that seat really well. And I want you to feel like you're just bringing your kneecap and trying to slide it up your thigh. Now, the last 10 to 15 degrees here is a lot of load on that kneecap. So if you don't have that perfect recruitment, it's going to feel kind of crummy. So I'm not as concerned this first couple of days of you getting the full range of motion. As long as you're getting up over half, we're getting the muscle training that we need. So we're going to just warm up with about 5 of these and see how it feels. But here's the important part. When you do the exercise, I want you to hold it at the top, and I want you to hold there for at least 2 seconds. And then as you go down, I want that to take at least 3 seconds. So the key thing is going to be, we think about breathing out as the weight goes up, and then we breathe in as it comes down. Okay? All right, my man, let's do it. Pull, hold. Nice. Nice. Slow. Breathe in. Out and push. Nice. So that looks like full range to me. How's that feel? Dun, 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 dun. Steve's quads are going to be sore. Steve's quads are going to be sore. Walking's going to feel great after this too. What's funny about when we focus on individual muscle groups, we lose the coordination with our normal movements all the time. You know, if we were to have you do a complex activity, you know, like taking stairs, etc., you could still keep walking pretty good. But you focus on the quads really hard and get them really tired, and then walking all of a sudden you're like, okay, so I did do something. You can feel it after. It's always really fun. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to aim for 6. Same thing. Just get a vibe for how it feels. Same thing. Pull deep into the seat, ankles up, and let's get it. Nice. Slow. Again. So now we're at 45 pounds.
Nice.
Then out and pull.
6 weeks ago, he couldn't walk.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, and I should also say he's only on 2 liters of oxygen during this exercise.
Oh, awesome.
Where we've had him
Been
at
on
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the lowest you've had the requirement at home consistently?
Half liter.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I feel that.
Nice.
We've got
There it
pulmonary
is.
rehab today,
Done.
too.
That's the last one.
It's going to feel
Breathe,
good, Steve.
and now take a break. Well done. Good set. That was a good time. I had a blast. I had a blast. All right, so you hang there. I'm going to take these away, and we'll work on some of those later. But right now, we're going to let that recover. Getting a couple sets in today was super important. Okay, so we're back to it. Now, what we're going to focus on now, Steve, is I want to see what your stick mobility looks like. So I want you to take the stick, I want you to put it in one hand just like that, and I want to just see you take it up at that angle and show me how that feels. I want you to get to where it gets stiff and then bring it back down. Nice. Come on back down. And I want you to stop just before you get the shaking. Come on up. I'm just going to help mobilize that shoulder a little bit. Man, that feels so much better at the top end range there, though. That's so much better. So before, just to give some little insight to the medical nerdiness of this, when that capsule's really tight and glued down, at the top what you're going to get when you run out of room is all the muscles kind of want to just shake equally. So you get what we call co-contraction, or just everything shares the shaking. He's not getting really that co-contraction at all until the very last little bit here. I mean, he's still doing great. That's still shoulder. That's shoulder. That's shoulder, bro. That's perfect. You're controlling that great. You're not getting any of that capsular, guarding that you were getting. That's so good. Go again. I'm just going to mobilize that shoulder blade to make sure you get every ounce out of this. My man, I love that. Come on down. So this is going to be vital this week, okay? Because we're going to go from this, you're going to do about 5 to 10 of those, and then you're going to go right to the strengthening of the range. Does that make sense? Let's do the other arm. Here we go. So ready, pull that on up. Oh my man, that's so good. I mean, this shoulder is even better than the other. The control is just on point. I wish everybody could literally feel that. Just so different than even literally last week. It's so good, man. Come on down. Get one more. Nice. And come on down. Well done. So I'm going to steal this weapon from you, and what I'm going to have you do is I want you to then do the same thing, but I want you to grip this 5 pounds. So I'd like you to grip it like a normal object, okay? So don't worry about holding it like this. Just hold it like a normal object. And I just want you to do the same thing. I just want you to think about taking your knuckles and reaching away from you as far as you can at the corner. Basically right that direction. Okay, let's start with the left. I'm going to feel how you're doing back here and assist that shoulder blade if we need it. It's perfect. Feel that shake there? See, this is what's really cool now is that the shake he's getting is muscular, right? That's that fatigue point. This is when the weight is its heaviest, is when it's straight like that. And so you're feeling that whole rotator cuff and that whole delt do its job and just bring in that activation back. Man, that feels great. Get again. This is 3. Do you think you got 5 in you?
Sure.
Nice, man. Get 4. We're training delts. We're training quads. We're just bros being bros right now. Do you know? That's what this is. That's what this is. We're training delts, boulder shoulders, and some quads. Let's go. Okay, same things. Let's get it. Nice. Yeah, this is too easy. There's not even really shaking there. This weight is almost a little too light for you. Little baby trembles, but too easy. 3. Nice. Okay, so here's what we're going to do on this side. Get one more. Now, the next 3 reps, I only want you to come down halfway from the top, okay? And go right back up. Good luck. Slow. Here we go. Pull. Nice. One more. Nice. Take a break. I love it. I want you to go straight away to one last round on these red band pulls. Here you go, sir. There's 1. There's 2. Nice.
Jason, did we talk about Steve's hernia on camera last time?
No, we didn't.
So that's something that's kind of come up in the last couple of weeks is where Steve had his peg tube for his feeding tube in his stomach. The way that it was removed did some damage, I guess, and he's got a hernia protruding, which is causing him some discomfort and limiting a little bit of things, but he's still too weak to be able to fix it.
For sure, for sure.
And anemic and things, so we got to wait till later in the year.
Yeah. And one of the most important things is obviously for us to track that, right? Let's track the measurements. Let's see how that's doing. Track symptoms. All that's going to be very, very important. But it is a very real thing. You know, that's a real complication. But brother, we will take that complication. We will take that complication. And you're going to enjoy this induced complication of lat soreness, delt soreness, and quad soreness.
He's always so tired when we leave you.
Yeah, I know. But you're killing it, man. And done. Rep. That's it. All right. Any last things? Anything you want to say?
Okay.
Anything to tell your ass, man?
I did get a selfie last night.
Oh, you did? That's right. Okay. So here's selfie. That's how that works. So I just made that appear on that video editing. Yeah.
Hey, Lucas.
Hey, what's up?
You guys are so funny.
All right, man. Well done. You're out.